What's up, everybody? Welcome
Hello,
to
hello.
the first episode of the Gentleman's Podcast. Hey, what's up, Captain? How you doing, bro?
Hey, business. I'm doing good.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. What's up, everybody in the Twitch chat? What's up, everybody on the socials, on whatever platform it is that you are tuning in from? I'm glad you guys are here, and thanks for tuning in to the first episode. So, today uh, is a unique kind of episode because the format that we kind of want to go with is sharing the newest releases of metal and the things that we find and kind of just sharing that sort of thing with you. But on this first episode, man, there's been so many things we've been wanting to talk about, so many albums we've wanted to share. We've been wanting to start this podcast for a couple of months now. Um, now that we're finally here, we thought it'd be cool to maybe just go over like our top 5 albums of this year. So we've gathered
Too,
together some stuff for you guys.
too much good music this year to not talk about.
Yeah, no doubt. Like 2022 has been kind of wild, man. Like I was hyped about 21 and thinking,
Yeah,
man, this year has been giving to us a lot. We had so many. For me personally, there was a ton of releases. I had a hard time picking my top 9. Which I just do personally every year just for the hell of it. So, um,
yeah. 21 was really good too.
yeah, and I just feel like this year's topped it. I have like I don't know, or maybe it's because I've gotten into deathcore recently, and deathcore has come swinging this year. I don't know,
Yeah,
but yeah. Well, we'll talk about one of those deathcore albums, don't you think? I
yes, we will.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, let's get into it. So, we're going to go into our top 5 albums of the year so far. Of course, these lists may change. I don't know if I have shit. I think you got a particular order, don't you? Did you order yours?
Not exactly.
Yeah, I knew my top 5, but I didn't order them. I won't lie. So, let's go into it. Why don't you share one of the first albums on yours? Uh, so just give me one of them. It doesn't have to be the bottom, or maybe it is. Maybe, and then tell me
Well, I don't know about bottom. Probably one of the ones I listened to the least out of my top five would have to be "Oh What the Future Holds" by Fit for a King. Fit for an
Fit
Autopsy.
for an
Excuse me.
Autopsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Um, I really, really enjoyed that one. Felt like I got some modern take on like a lot of Gojira riffage, and I was here for it.
For sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, like I'll just kind of go off of that one for me. They are in my top 5 as well.
Mm-hmm.
What the Future Holds by Fit for an Autopsy for me is probably teetering on the top. And I think it's for personal reasons. Like it's a flavor choice for me. Like I'm getting introduced into more deathcore recently. So for this is like you're saying, it's a progressive take on it, which I'm very into progressive metal. So yeah, that for that reason alone, I think they're kind of a great bridge between somebody who like me, who's been a fucking punk, well, not punk, but like post-hardcore punk, and with I like clean vocals and but screams and shit. I'm all for. It's just more recently I've been getting into that heavy shit. So they that and the fuck, man. Are they not talented or what? Like those guys are
Yep.
writing some very catchy riffage like that. I don't know. Is stuck in my head for a deathcore band. Like riffage getting stuck in your head is that's just like a pop singer writing a catchy hook.
Yes. Catchy guitar riffs are just that's
Yeah,
what I'm here for, and definitely just I find myself humming along afterwards more of the guitar riffs of this album than the vocal tracks. So that's always a win in my book.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So no, I'm not trying to cut you off. Like you could if you got more, but yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. The drummer, like instrumentally, it's phenomenal. And vocally, I mean, the guy's got talent. I wouldn't say, I'm just gonna be brutally honest. I wouldn't say he is the best deathcore singer I've heard,
No,
or like animated or anything, but he definitely fits with that band really well. And I mean, writes some incredible lyrics. If that's his doing on the lyrics, like there's so one of the things that stuck in my head from this album is it's never too many graves, it's always not enough shovels. And that I've thought about what the hell he means by that so many times that like it's one of the songs that's gotten stuck on me for like in that album is Pandora. So like yeah, it
that is a great one. I think for me, might be Two Towers.
right.
Might be one of my preferred. That's a great one too. Uh, we were saying about his vocals not being like the best. He fits the band great. Um, but like when I said about him being similar, this band having a similar vibe, reminding me of Gojira a lot. Uh, Joe from Gojira isn't like the best metal vocalist either, but he makes it work, and it works really well for their style. So I don't know, that gives me
Yeah.
a similar a vibe with that too.
Yeah, like for sure. Like it just fits, right? Yeah. So that's definitely one though, but I don't know why it stuck with me so hard. I would have never expected it. Like I never listened to them before, and then this album came out, and everybody's talking how Fit for an Autopsy just keeps getting better, and apparently they're somewhat of a super group from like deathcore.
Really, I
Like
didn't
they've
know that.
gotten some members together from multiple bands back in the day, and like they've been together for a while, but from like the individual from the like an individual perspective, I should say, like these guys are they're they're looked up to, and people idolize some of these guys. Like, so they were saying like it's about time they start popping off and showing why people talk about them the way they do, and this album kind of did that for them. And I would have to agree, even if I caught on late. Like it's fantastic. So
Yeah, I was late. I'm pretty sure this is one of the bands you told me to check out that I hadn't listened to yet.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
well,
late.
I mean, not like I was a much long time listener either. So it's just like that's
Yeah,
what I mean though. Like I find something I'm really enjoying, and I'm like, yo, my bro, check this out, dude. Yeah.
yeah.
So and all right. So then I mean, I'll go with one of my next, and we'll go kind of a different direction. Um, one of my other top albums from this year, is the Bad Omens. Released an album called The Death of Peace of Mind, and this album is is definitely written for a certain reason. Well, not for a certain reason, but just because. But that reason being because they wanted to. He
Mm,
literally like in some interviews he's just like that's just what we wanted to write because we didn't really have an idea going into this. Like it wasn't this big sought out fucking we want to be on the radio or this that and the other. He goes it just so happens that this is what we're writing now, and I don't know. I'm just all for it. It's 15 songs and one like interlude, if you will, that leads into the song "Like a Villain," and I mean, but 14 fully written songs that are just to me like hardcore perfection. This shit is so fucking good.
yeah, I'd listened to a couple songs as they were releasing, but I gave the album the first listen to just this past weekend, and at first it was a little poppy for me. I think if I wasn't listening to it for this podcast, I might not have given it a chance.
Okay.
But end up
Yeah.
I'm glad I did. Because when they like turn on their distortion pedals, like they hit it hard and it sounds great.
Fuck yeah.
And
That's cool. I'm actually glad to hear that because, like, yeah, because that was the thing for me is I might not have ever given it a chance before. like a year or so ago where I was just like, man, I need to stop like limiting myself on what I enjoy. And like I've been trying so hard to just be open-minded about all the new music I pick up, and I've been grateful for it. And I didn't really care for their older stuff. But I don't know, and maybe
Mm,
it was their idea of what singles to pick for this. Maybe that's just what got it for me. Like there's two songs of theirs from older albums and I'm like, yeah, these are good songs. Other than that, well, and even Noah, it's like, no, I don't really want to play the old shit anymore. You know, like we like our new stuff a lot better. Like, um, so
yeah, I stumbled upon one of their songs a while back on YouTube, just clicking random music videos, and I believe it was the song "Dethroned,"
nah, yeah,
and that one's a banger. That one hits hard.
yeah,
And so I was like, oh, and I was almost like down tuned new metal vibe I got from like the breakdowns and guitar riffs on that track. And so that was my first Bad Omen song, and I feel like that set me up for not great expectations for what this
yep,
band sounds like, because nothing else I checked on their discography at that time matched that feeling. So I was kind of like let down with them a little bit because I was in with that as my expectation.
yeah. You like
But
make
now,
see some inconsistencies. You know, it's like, I don't know, iffy about you. Yeah,
yeah, Dethrone felt like a completely different band, and like I don't know, I picked like 10 different random songs across their albums I listened to, and
yeah. Well,
like
they
nothing
might
really stood
not
out.
disagree with you. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I think that's also very cool that stylistically those guys, like now that they've kind of honed in this other sound of theirs, stylistically, like they still play the heavier tracks and do it well. And then they have found their like vibe with the more easy listening metal, you know, or whatever, easy core or whatever you want to call it, right? Whatever genre you want to give it, but like eh,
Yeah,
yeah, so I don't know, I find it really cool. Like this album just feels like it's very well done, and they planned just about every inch of it. Like it's produced very well. Like yeah, I don't know it, but that one's up on my top, and I don't know where to put it though. So
yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was the first track, Concrete Jungle, kind of like progressive poppy most of it, but then it has like a really crunchy, heavy ending
yeah, it
or
does.
breakdown for the end, right?
Yep, it sure does.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they like to do that too, because like I I think the self-titled or the title album or the title song, right, to the album, "The Death of Peace of
uh,
Mind," also starts off really like electro and chill, vibey, and then it builds and builds the whole entire time too. Where then at the end, it's they're fucking screaming, dude. Like he's getting it, and well, and that's the cool thing about Noah too is like I think I think the vocalist like that. I feel like he's very smart, and maybe the fact that some of this writing he is definitely thinking about live, and like I can sing for a long time and then get these intense moments to be really good for live, but I'm not also killing myself on a month and a half long tour, you know.
yeah.
So but either way, you next, bro. What else you got?
Oh, all right. One that we didn't share, where we had the same album, was, if I'm pronouncing this wrong, I'm sorry, but the band name is Allegiant, I believe is how it's pronounced.
Yeah, I think that's about as good as I can do.
And the album is Damnum.
Okay.
So this band I've been listening to just for a couple years, but they've been around for quite a while. Um, I wouldn't say they're just deathcore because sometimes they sound like straight death metal to classic thrash, and sometimes some like classic rock elements in the middle of the like death metal. Um, Part of what I like them. So on top of that, they can be really catchy. Uh, have really catchy moments after like some breakneck thrashing. Yeah, but Damnum has a great example of all of that, where they have really catchy moments and just really really heavy breakdowns and uh, fast paced riffs.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I will say I listened to the entire album.
Mm,
And yes, because of the podcast. Not that I wouldn't have done that before, but I skipped over this one. I knew this album was
mm,
released earlier this year because I listened to a bunch of music podcasts myself. Um, so and they talked about this album, and so I knew it was released, and I put it on my radar. Like I followed the band, but it got lost in all the other new releases that just fucking flooded in after that this year. So I'm glad I went back. That's why when I was like, "Oh, a Legion, huh? Or Legion, huh?" Whenever you texted me, I
yeah.
was like, "Okay." I was like, "That's kind of cool," because I've been meaning to go back, and it just kept slipping away. So, the first song grabs you by the balls. I don't know what it's called. I can pull that shit up right now, but
I have it right
um,
here. It's Bastards of the Earth.
Bastards of the Earth. Yeah, dude. Like, bro. So I fuck with that song hard, right? And then I
Yeah.
get lost in the second song. Like it doesn't carry the same intensity for me, and I don't know why I feel like it should. Not okay, they like a band can do whatever they want, but I don't know why I lost interest right there. But I was like, no, I'm gonna keep listening. But it's my brain drifting off and all that stuff. The one big problem that I have with this band, musicality wise, I have no issues. Dude, they're sick. Like these guys are writing
Yeah.
some cool ass shit, dude, and they're not
Mm-hmm.
afraid to just show off whatever the hell they want. And you can tell after the first song, like these guys are just gonna write whatever the heck, and they're good at it. But I don't like the screams all the time because it's the same tone the whole time. Like there's two different screamers. There's a guy that it might be the same guy, but it's one high scream and one mid scream. And I sometimes he does the lowers. I guess there's three now that if I'm listening back again, but it's not. He doesn't use dynamics very well. He lets the
Mm-hmm.
instruments do it. And for me, I don't know. I guess I'm not hating on it because I can't scream at all. Just gonna
Yeah.
disclosure. Uh, so, but I don't know. I just get lost a little bit when it's for like 2 minutes. He's in this same kind of tone of
Right.
screams, and he's just letting the music do all the dynamics and everything, which I appreciate the dynamics, but I want some vocalists doing some cool shit too. Which which
Yeah, I
is
definitely feel they're more of a like classic death metal. The instruments are the star, so more of the time.
yeah.
Um, and so yeah, he does have like a couple tricks with his screaming, and then his kind of classic raw cleans he does.
Yeah.
Um, but so like you're talking about how you're getting more into death metal, deathcore recently. That's my bread and butter, more where I come from, and I'm starting to get more in the last couple of years into metalcore.
Cool.
Um,
Yeah.
so
We're doing this.
I yeah, we're meeting in the middle
Yeah,
um,
let's go.
with our tastes. Um, I think it's my fault that you're more into deathcore now.
I might agree with that. Yes.
Yeah, but like Bad Omens, like I was saying earlier, I wouldn't have listened to that before you. I probably would have heard a song and skipped it.
Yeah.
But if you want an example though, with Allegiant having a little bit more of the clean vocals, I would suggest their cover of Roundabout. Have you heard the Roundabout by Yes, like classic rock bands?
No.
Music homework.
Hey, there we
Check out
go.
both then. Listen to the original by Yes. It's like classic hippie rock, but like the instrumentation on that track is crazy, Christian. You'll like it. But Allegiant has a cover of that song, and it's great.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Okay, so that's the Damnum, right? A
Diamond the
Legion.
album, yeah,
Yeah, a Legion, and it's spelled like Alegeon,
almost.
uh, or
A,
Aeon.
I have it right here on my Spotify open. We got Allegeon.
So Allegion, like, but yeah, a Legion, yeah. But that album is pretty sick, dude. Like those guys are ripping, fucking talented dudes.
Yes,
Um,
uh, fun album for sure.
yeah, for sure. Okay, so I will go to uh one that I highly doubt, and maybe I have some ooh, we don't talk before the podcast about what we're doing. Oh no, no, but one that I would highly doubt anyways that would be on your top five. Another kind of Bad Omens ish, but these guys are, I don't know, these guys are different in a whole different way. A band called Pride Lands who released an album called Light Bends. Um, and I didn't catch on to this album right off the bat. Even myself, like there was a couple of songs like The Walls and uh, Antipathy or
Mm,
antipathy, I think is the way you say it. I don't think you break it up like antipathy, but antipathy or something like that. I don't know what it means. But those two songs really caught me, and I was like, man, this band is fucking cool. Really good, clean vocals. They're super catchy, and the way they transition from the heavies to the cleans really got me. I really like smooth transitions and ones that are kind of not planned. Like I am all for the hey, let's build it up and let's lead you into this breakdown and then let's deliver. Like fuck it, give that to me too. But I also like the ones where you're just vibing and then all of a sudden, boom, here's this fucking tempo change, this tune change, whatever they do, and they just start going heavy. And this band does that really fucking well. Um, but I'm I listened to those two songs so many times. I'm like, why am I not listening to the album finally? And there are so much gold in the middle for me, like all these little hidden gems and what are they called, the deep cuts, like
yeah.
so. But yeah, Pride Lands Light Bends. So did you get a chance to check it out? I know you wanted to try to.
Yes, I did. I didn't make it have time to do the entire album for this one.
That's all right.
But what I did get through made me wish I had picked this album to listen to before Bad Omens.
Before
I feel
okay.
like because I feel like this would have been I would have enjoyed this one more full through. Um, so they don't. I can't think of a term to really describe this, but they had this kind of flow to their riffs that I really really enjoyed. I feel like they're doing a lot of the I want to say like the hammer on riffs,
Yeah.
um, and like gave me just a touch of Tool to that to the guitar parts with that
Okay, yeah.
style. I'm going to do a deeper dive on this album to see how accurate that first feeling was I had, but so I was really enjoying the instrumental. Guys, growls and screeches were pretty good. Didn't catch my attention too much. He had good, clean vocals. I'm a little picky when it comes to the vocals when they're a little too clean, a little too
Yeah, I feel you.
clean.
Yeah, a
I
little.
think
No, I get
the
it. Like no rasp to it, and or
right.
yeah, just some sort of yeah. No, I get it. And like it's, I wouldn't say it's a super unique voice, right? Like some people just have that
Mm,
unique voice. Like even if they're just singing with no quote unquote rasp, they just sound like them and unique. And I get that.
yeah, yeah, very yeah, like it wasn't anything like that grabbed my attention about his voice. But definitely on my list of an album to go back through
Sick.
that was enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it ordered, the vinyl.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking on Spotify right now, and the album cover artwork they have is pretty cool, like a purple
It's cool, right? It's just
look.
like
I can just imagine
acrylic
the vinyl
paint.
having that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like looks like just acrylic paint, like some purple moon luminance or some shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's cool. Yeah, light
yeah,
bends. So it kind of fits the setting too.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It's
it's
the
cool.
album.
And I don't know if you've ever, so the music video for The Walls is pretty tight too, bro. Like it's like people have done something similar, but not like that. Like they got a twist to it that's really fun. Like The Walls music video is dope. Yeah. So, but check that one out, guys. If you guys are, I should be like maybe giving for fans of or something like that. I don't know, because these are all like newer band. Like the bands we're talking about aren't like very popular bands. Like I mean, they are if you're into this scene that we are, but
Yeah,
they're really not huge bands. So
yeah. They're not. Legion I had never heard of until some guy I follow for other non-music related nerdy things
yeah,
shared like
yeah.
happened to share like he was excited about an album coming out. Never heard of the band, so I checked them out. They were great, but if it wasn't for that random social media post, I would never found that band.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, so but then they're Australian. So I would just want to say that really quick. Can we just real quick hop over to the I wish I lived in Australia at this current metal core state that we're in right now because they are just pumping out fucking like pure talent. You got Void of Vision, you got fucking Thornhill, you have Northlane, which Northlane went their own direction, but yes, but they've been around and they've been pumping shit. Uh, this band, Pride Lands, I mean, dude, I don't know. Well, Alpha Wolf, my god, bro.
Is Alpha Wolf Australian as well?
I think so, bro. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Shit,
because I
dude.
they posted something about how I don't know if we're fucking crazy for spending all of our fucking money or whatever to get these visas, but fucking shit, we're gonna rock it or something like that. Like
Oh, I know the visas from Aussie over
the United States,
to
the work
US.
visas, ridiculous. Northlane
What
actually
band was it?
canceled their whole tour.
That's what I asked.
Yep.
Northlane.
Dude, 229-day waiting period from like finally after they finally like got through all the other bullshit. They were like, okay, well from now it's 229 days.
Yo, so not only is Alpha Wolf Australian, they're from Tasmania.
Tasmania, dude.
They're fucking Tasmanian
Dude,
devils, man. That's
that's
why
look
they're
at his
so
hair,
patriotic.
bro. Yo, his hair says it all, bro. The lead singer lets that shit out, and it's just like, rah. He's got this big old red fro,
Uh,
dude. Like this red curly ass hair. Dude, they
no,
slap.
no,
I'm glad you showed me them. You're the one that showed me them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was obsessed with Akudama when I first found that song.
Yep. That's the song exactly you showed me too, is
Yeah, I
Akudama.
was
Yep.
like, I have to listen to this.
Yeah, and then but not naming any names, but that young shipping, that young kid in shipping over there at that place we used to
Mm,
work.
mm.
He's the one who pointed out the fact that it's all anime related, and he's like, "Oh, that's that, and that's that, and that's that." Like he like knew what the symbolism was
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Akudama. Like, and I didn't.
And
I had no idea.
all over, especially in that music video.
I was like, "Yo, that's cool as hell, dude." I had no clue. He was all vibing with the song too.
Yeah, that one's got a good like you just gotta follow
Yeah,
that
dude.
one.
No shit. No, what is he? The one part like I thought I told you motherfuckers I don't play safe. I don't know why that part gets me like every time. Every time, dude. I'm like screaming it out there on the driving the forklift, dude, with my I got a magnetic Klein speaker, Bluetooth speakers. I just magnet stick to the fucking forklift, dude, and I go driving, putting up all the units and stuff, just vibing out the music.
That's
Yeah.
dope. That's great.
All right, so okay, I did Pride Lands, light bends. We just got off topic, but that's fine. We're doing fine on time.
Yeah.
These are good conversations. All right, what is your next album on your top?
All right. So I think this is the last one that we didn't share in common. And I bet this one was probably one of the harder ones for you. Was Meshuggah Immutable.
Yep.
So I'm like a lifelong Meshuggah fan. So that's part of why this album made it to my top five. Um, like when I was maybe a freshman in high school when their album Nothing dropped, and I was switching from playing guitar to bass and enjoying bass a lot more. And to me, that album just sounded like a bunch of distorted basses jamming, and so that clicked with me hard. And I've just been following them a lot. Um, so Immutable, for people that are not fans of Meshuggah, I get a lot, hear a lot of criticism. A lot of their stuff sounds the same, which I understand because, to be honest, it does. Um, but as someone that's listened to all of their
Yeah.
music, like I catch where they have changed and grown. It's very minor differences, but man, this just album just felt more of the same for them. More of just good Meshuggah chunks and
There's something to
just
say for a band that sticks to their guns. I,
mm,
August Burns Red is the one for me, man. Like they have their different sounds, but when you hear an August Burns Red song, like you know it. You know what I mean? Like I could hear it right off the bat. Yeah, but they've got a sound, and so that's cool. That's it's cool you got that band that like they can kind of do no wrong. You know what I mean? And like they probably won't because they just fucking know what the fuck they know the formula and they stick to
yeah.
it and it works, right? Like
That formula works on me, and they just keep pumping out that formula, and I'm always a fan. There's definitely some songs or albums that catch my eye more or less than other ones over the years. So this one is not on my top list of Meshuggah albums overall. The last few years, they dropped The Violent Sleep of Reason in 2016 and Colossus in 2012 are probably some of my top albums from them. And then,
yeah.
of course, Nothing, which, let's see, when did that come out?
So if we're
2002. That's 20 years ago now.
2002, yeah, dude. Damn.
So I was 13 when I found this album. Changed my little world.
Yeah, no doubt. What was I listening to at 13? Like fucking Linkin Park, bro. Honestly, that
I was
was
listening to Linkin Park too. Don't
Linkin
worry.
Park was who actually got me into it, dude. Into metal in general, I think. Like, I can't think back farther and or to find another band like that got me into it. There's no other way.
Mm.
And it was waking up in the morning before school, and they were playing One Step Closer on MTV, and I watched MTV every morning. As like a little kid. Like, and my grandfather hated it because that was when the whole, school shooting back then. Like, honestly, they had direct ties with that song and the Columbine shooting. Like that, the kid listened to Linkin Park and all this blah blah blah, and that's what
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, oh my god! And the song "One Step Closer to the Edge," and it's like, well, yeah, that's what, but that song didn't make him do it. Damn it! That's a fucking either way, not getting political on this show, but that's what got me into that shit. And
Linkin Park was a huge gateway band for rock and metal for probably a lot of people within our age
I
range.
think still today, you
Yeah.
know.
Um, so yeah, I definitely had Hybrid Theory next to Nothing on my shelf, next to Slipknot in Iowa. Those are probably my earliest albums I started with.
Yep.
Um,
And then Lil Captain finds fucking Meshuggah and his mind was blown.
yeah, I'm a big fan of the eight-string gent movement. Like anything that sounds like a down-tuned, heavily distorted bass, just jamming out. So that's why I'm a big fan of like Lil Jarta. 'Cause that's
Yep.
a lot of it. What it is just that complicated riffage. With polyrhythms and just ah,
Yep.
that,
I feel it, dude.
that's yeah,
Yeah, well, and especially you, like being a player of the instruments. I'm not a guitarist or a bassist. Like I was in marching band and shit, so I played the tuba, dude. Like I don't have the same resemblance, but yeah, no, that's cool. Like I bet, yeah, listen to the music a slight different than I do. You know,
yeah. And I'm not fantastic, um, but yeah,
don't
I
make no
was
difference.
yeah. I spent like 2 weeks learning like the opening 2 minutes of Behind the Sun by Meshuggah, like over the winter, and that was a
Yeah,
lot of fun to play. That was a lot of
shit.
fun to play, but
That's dope.
Yeah, so listen to that one, Behind the Sun, just the first few minutes. Um, but yeah, I never learned the whole song because
Yeah,
there's
well, damn. I mean, that's cool
repetition.
anyway. Heck yeah. All right. Well, shit, dude. Let's get into our last two because we could talk about these a little bit, I think.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
so let's go with the one that I think we'll, maybe talk about a little less. So Grey Haven, Grey
Mm,
Haven, and what? It's this bright and
the,
beautiful world, right? Yeah.
yeah,
So this album blindsided me, and then I shared it with you, and you're like, "Holy shit! Like this is good too." Like, but we haven't really talked much about it. So, okay, so the things I love, dude, how crazy this guy's vocals can switch it up. Like, the dude sounds like two completely different people when he's clean vocaling and when he's doing even his yells. Like, not his screams, right? Like he
right.
can yell, and then yeah, I don't know, dude. So for that, like, and then the guitar, just this crazy raw riffage fest, and followed up by some sick ass bass, dude. Like, you can hear the bass, like they tune him high volumed in the fucking in the recordings. Like, I can hear
Yeah,
him
they put them up
all
in the
over the
mix.
place. I don't know, man, but what is it? It's like hillbilly fucking metalcore, dude. It's like that's what it is, dude. I don't know if you've seen the music videos. You've seen what these guys look like. They are rocking mullets, bro,
Yeah,
and they just slay. I don't know where or why I hadn't heard of Grey Haven before, but I'm so happy because this album is fucking wonderful.
yeah. So I remember you just going off about Grey Haven when you first found this album, and sometimes when you do that, I'm just like, man, I don't listen to
Yeah,
it
yeah, I
anymore.
feel you, dude. I do it a lot.
Like, and, and but you kept talking up, and sent me a link to it, and I was like, all right, I'll put it on. And first track, like in a room with where everyone, oh, it makes
In a
my
room
mind
where
go.
everyone dies or something, right?
That makes my Spotify bigger.
The fucking oh, dude, it comes out
Yeah,
swinging.
comes out swinging, and they, you probably remember this when I first listened to this album. They reminded me of somebody, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And I kept texting you like, "Oh, this part reminds me of this band, and this part reminds me of this band."
Yeah, dude, your
With you trying
daughter,
to guess
right?
what?
Was daughter one that you said like you
There
kind
was
of?
a specific part in Foreign Anchor where they're just
Oh
shredding down some
yeah,
higher riffs, really, really fast pace that remind me of Daughters. But overall, what I finally figured out after a few listens is they remind me of Dillinger Escape Plan.
the
Like they have
Dillinger.
some, yeah, they have something about them, something about their ability to have chaos in the instrumentation and the screams and stuff, and then just kind of like super catchy moments with the vocals and the music with it. And sometimes they have catchy vocals over chaotic instrumentation.
Yep.
Um, but they always make it work. The way the guy can sing really clean, but his clean voice is really, really interesting. But most of the time, like you can hear a yell or a growl under that clean singing too. Like
Yeah, it's almost
he's got the
multi-layered.
balls,
Like,
like
yeah, well, and the song "All Candy," right?
mhm.
It's just it. They threw it at song number two, and I don't know if you could have put it anywhere else in that album where it would have fit, because it's so fucking different than any of their other songs, and it was a single they released. They released "For an Anchor" and "All Candy" as their two singles for that album, and then they just fucking dropped the album.
Yes.
Just like
So,
it's
and that kind
so
of brings it
different.
back to Dillinger Escape Plan because on their album Ironworks, 2007, they have a song called Black Bubblegum, All
Okay.
Candy Black Bubblegum, and that was their one of their singles for the album, and it's kind of poppy, not poppy, but it's it's more radio friendly, like as much as
Oh
Dillinger will get
shit!
radio friendly.
I
But
opened
the correct
Spotify over
answer,
your face, bro. Hold on. This is really bad. I wanted to look at some dates of some things, and now it's just loading. Okay, you're good.
all right, yeah, but the whole album is pretty crazy and heavy. But that song, which is only the third track on the album, kind of feels like you're saying like stuck in, like it doesn't quite fit the rest of the album, but you don't mind because it's so good,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's the vibes All Candy gives me from Grey Haven.
yeah. And you know, the first time I heard it, I was like, okay, cool. They can kind of switch it up. Like this is vibey. And then the more I listen to the album, like I that might have been the only song I would skip like the first few listen tos for me. And
Mm,
now I just listen. I just listen to the whole damn album. It's one of those for me. 100% no skip album. To be honest with you, I think every album I've talked about for me on my top five are no skip albums for sure.
yeah, I think I'm mostly the same. I think with Damnum Allegiant in the middle few tracks, they don't catch my interest as
Well,
much. So those
isn't
might
that
go
album
my
like an hour long
yeah, it's a long album.
or over an
Like
hour?
choke it and I start forgetting that I'm listening to it after
Yeah,
45
dude.
minutes.
Yeah, I
But
feel that.
for Grey Haven, this bright and beautiful world, a painful and necessary action is definitely my favorite track. Um, the and it grabbed my attention my first listen. Like I was like, oh, first listen, this might be my favorite, and I'll do that, and usually that changes a couple times, and then finally I find my actual like favorite on the album if I have one. But
Right.
no, painful and necessary action. I picked it immediately as my favorite, and it stuck out. It's something about they have this like scream chant that works really well. Like you want to like scream it with them whenever that part comes up, and then it ends on it really strong and just gets me by the boo boo.
Ah, dude, I'm with you on that. It's either so for me, like that is the one that my brain and like my I think my soul is telling me is number one. But there is a, I'm a sucker for a good twisty breakdown,
Mm,
and of Snakes and Swans has a nasty ass breakdown that's just funky, and I fucking love it. And like fucking at the end, like I can't. Oh, dude, I don't know. Something about just that makes it brings the level of it up. So I can't. It's really hard to pick a favorite for me. But it's a painful or necessary action or of Snakes and Swans for me. But they are
yeah,
really good at doing that too, right? Like writing these cool, creative little groove breakdowns. Like I don't know. That's
absolutely.
it's different. They're experimenting, and I'm here for it. Like
Yeah, I won't be surprised if when I get my Spotify analytics at the end of this year that this bright and beautiful world ends up as like one of the top albums I've listened to the most, if not the top. Um, because yeah,
yeah,
right now this is when I'm not sure what I want to listen to. I throw this one on.
yeah, hell yeah. It's there. Then that's why well I think it's right here behind me. Yeah. I did order that one like
Yeah,
real quick. Real fucking quick. I ordered that one. Um yeah, I'm yeah, it's up there. Close to for number 1 for me. It's definitely in
yeah.
contention for album of the year.
We got like half the year to go.
Yeah.
There's already one more album that might beat it out in my pick. I'm not sure yet, but which is what we'll be talking about next,
Yeah. So, we'll just get into it. I mean, we've got
right?
another 15 minutes, so we're trying to keep it to. And so our last album on our top 5 both is Thornhill's album Heroin. And man, is it fucking good. It is just this
So good.
vibe. It puts you in this certain mood. Like it makes you I don't know, it makes you want to just bob your fucking head, but also makes you like move your it's not just a head bobber. It's like you're moving your fucking body. I'm at work, dude, and I'm fucking vibing, dude. I'm putting fucking shit away, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. That's and we didn't like it. With the singles, dude, we talked so
So,
much shit. Oh, Casanova, right? Was
that
the
was the
first
first
single,
single. Yeah. Um,
and man, it's one of my favorites now. It's
so
on,
yeah,
honestly,
story time. Um,
yeah,
me, you, me, you, Christian, we're big fans of the Dark Pool, like
yep.
Thornhill's previous album, um, and and it was one of my wife's now all-time favorite albums too. So we listen to that a lot. It's so emotionally raw. With his vocals. It's fantastic, and
Super unique.
the riffs can be like super heavy and complicated and but catchy at the same time. And but when we first heard Casanova, like there was such a departure from the Dark Pool.
Dude,
Uh,
fucking night and day.
yeah, yeah, we
It
we were
was
all coming
so hard
together.
to fucking grasp, bro. Like I couldn't. I tried so hard to find something I liked, and all I did was just rag on it. I was like, oh, this little part at the end where it's like, and I don't want, I'm just like, why aren't you screaming there? Like this is what my brain's telling me. I'm like, you could be screaming there, and this part would be sick as fuck. Like,
Yeah,
what are you doing? And like, I don't know, dude, but fuck, it's grown on me. Like I never thought it would. I,
yeah. For so yeah, all their singles. They didn't. Yeah, they felt very, very different. I think now the whole album, like listen to it as one big chunk. Um, Now I get it. Like now it does feel like a sequel to the Dark Pool,
yep.
um, as a whole. And I think for the most part, for me, that's because of the first three songs. Like if they just dropped the Hellfire Club, Leather Wings, and Blue Velvet as a GP, I would have been happy because those songs are like some of my favorite songs released this year, and
So
they were not this.
I I completely agree with that. I haven't thought about it that way, but hearing it said, yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense. And then, but here's what I think they did. Because what did we get? So we got Casanova, we
Mm,
got Archangel, then we got Hollywood, and then we got Raw. So those four songs are crossover songs from their old shit to their new shit, in my
mm,
opinion. If you're looking at the deeper cuts that we got from the album, like Blue Velvet, like
yeah,
Valentine, like dude, I love fucking Valentine, bro. Like that song is such a damn vibe. And but then yeah, like Blue Velvet, and then Leather Wings is a little bit heavier towards the end. It even has some probably one of the heavier parts on the album at the very
yeah.
end
I
of
think
Leather Wings. And
overall, and then especially with that ending, I think Other Wings is one of the heavier songs on the album.
yeah,
But I think it's also heavy in a way that harkens back to the Dark Pool more, whereas like Raw and Casanova are heavy in like that newer style. Like I think
right.
Leather Wings is more similar to Dark Pool in the way that it's heavy.
Yeah. No, I kind of actually agree, and it has probably one of the more grungy Deftonesy vibes out of the whole album too.
Mm,
Whereas
yeah.
like you can hear some Deftones a little bit in there too. I don't know, maybe it's because I look for it in a lot of shit, but I
No, there's
honestly think there's a lot of Deftones influence in a lot of metal right now, a lot of new metal.
yes, I have a playlist I'm compiling. I call
Nice.
it
I
Deathcore.
want this playlist.
I'll link you later. Yeah, it's called Deathcore.
Deftcore,
Uh,
yes, let's go.
Deathcore. Yeah, and Thornhill is on that for sure. But this
Oh
album, I
yeah.
think, is even more Deftones than uh, a lot more than Darkpool.
Oh yeah.
But I challenge you to listen to Sex Tape by Deftones, especially the first minute or two, and then listen to Blue Velvet by Thornhill and tell me they're
Oh, a
sequence.
sex
Like
tape
they,
on Maner-
no, I think it's Koyonokon,
Okay. Okay.
and they have almost the exact same beginning. Like listen to like the first minute or two of both of those songs, they start off so similar,
Wow, yeah, and
almost
sex tape is
exactly
like
the
their
same.
number 4 song. Yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah, I may need to give myself a good Deftones vibe here soon. Like I haven't gone back and listened to anything but like White Pony recently. Oh, that's not true.
Oh,
That's not true. I went back and listened to Around the Fur and what's it called the other day? Fuck, why am I drawing a blank?
oh no, sex tapes on Diamond
Oh,
then.
the self-titled. The
Oh
self-titled
yeah.
one from 2003 is one of my favorite fucking albums, bro.
Oh, it's so good.
Like Hexagram,
Koyonokon.
Minerva. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, Diamond Eyes, right? Yeah.
That's the one with sex tape. Yeah,
Yeah,
those
with sex
songs
tape.
start off almost exactly the same. But
Yeah, I will check that out. That's cool. So yeah.
yeah, Blue Velvet's probably like my favorite love song now. Like
Yeah,
that
dude.
is so fucking good, and it's like tragically romantic, which is the only kind of romance that I accept.
The real one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I might be a realist if Blue Velvet is your favorite song.
So Hellfire, Leather Wings, and Blue Velvet are the top three tracks on Spotify now. So we're not alone.
No.
Like they've outpaced Dark Pools. Like Where We Go
Yeah.
When We Die is number five now. So
What are their monthly listeners right now? I haven't checked in a couple of days. 211,
uh,
dude. It's just gone up. Actually, it's just gone up consistently. They were
yeah.
at like
Um,
180,000, 190, 195. They just been creeping up, so that's great. I'm
yeah.
super glad to see that shit, dude. Cause yeah, look at that. One, two, three, in order, dude. In
Uh,
order on the album, then Archangel, huh?
yeah.
Surprising. I love Raw too, bro.
Raw is fun. Raw is
It
great.
is a fun fucking song, dude. Yeah, that's a boppy one. Man, so but I just man, it's so crazy how
It's another Australian act, right?
I almost wrote this album off completely, dude. Almost wrote it off completely, and it's sitting. It's on my. The only reason you can't see it behind me is because it's on my record player. Like
Gotta
it's just
write it
where
down
that's
too.
just where it's at. When I come home and want to vibe real quick, it's like just start. Here we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
dude.
I can jump on that one too. I remember you texted me that day, like, "Hey, I bought heroin." I was like, "Link me, I'm buying it." You
Yeah,
got it.
dude. Yeah, that's what's up. I enjoy uh collecting vinyl probably way more than is healthy. Like when I get them in, dude, I'm like this fucking kid in a candy store, bro, and I'm just like opening this thing up. I go wash my hands. I fucking get my little knife out and I cut. It's the whole aspect of opening it up and seeing the art that they've presented to you. And I'll tell you, Thornhill did good. Have you got yours yet?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah. We got
all
everyone.
like it's like a 12-page book in there, bro, with like a bunch of
Hmm.
cool pictures and like the way they did the lyrics were super cool. It's like that's this piece of art of their piece of art. Like it's art accompanying their art that you just purchased, and it's not just a CD. I don't know. It's something to kind of display on your wall. You collect. I don't know. It feels so good, dude. I love
Yeah,
vinyl.
I was just when you said that, I was just thinking it's like a CD but better because back in
Yeah.
the day before I had like an MP3 player or anything like that, collecting CDs, you had artwork,
Yep.
lyrics, all
It's
kinds of
just
stuff.
bigger.
And yeah, and I stopped collecting any hard media for music once I got like streaming.
Me too,
After my
bro.
after like my 200-page CD book got stolen out of my car, I was just all
Oh
free,
my
download.
god. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's tragic.
yeah, but recently my wife was the one that decided she wanted to play vinyl, so I've been buying them for her. Some of our favorite albums, like Dark, like Thornhill.
Yep.
spirit box. He has like all of them on vinyl now.
Oh shit, nice, dude. Hell yeah. Well,
Yeah.
fuck, man. Well, here we are. Last 4 minutes or so of the stream. We're gonna try to be keeping this to an hour, so I let's just kind of we'll go through the rundown really quick. So my top 5 albums, and in no particular order, this is just the way we talked about them tonight, was
Hmm.
Oh What the Future Holds from Fit for an Autopsy. We had The Death of Peace of Mind by Bad Omens. We had Light Bends by Pride Lands. We had um, Greyhaven, This Bright and Beautiful World. And then the final one was Thornhill Heroine, um, which we shared 3 of those. But yeah, so then you had go ahead.
Yeah. So, um, probably my top three are the ones that we had shared in common. Um, but Mutable by Meshuggah and Allegiant by Damnum by Allegiant, excuse me. Then we got, of course, the albums we shared in common. Oh, What the Future Holds by Fit for a King, and right now we're in the money for my top album of the year. I'm not sure which one I like better right now. Would be Heroin by Thornhill and the Grey Haven album.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Dude, I'm with it there because it's like,
Yeah,
fuck, bro. It's like a vibe thing for me. Between those two, it's like, what mood am I in? Right? Because
yeah,
they're kind of polar opposite. I mean, not polar
they
opposite,
really
but
are.
man, they are different flavors for sure. It's like, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it's very hard. It's gonna be a tough one this year. I know it for sure. So,
Yeah,
well, shit, bro. I enjoyed this, man. I've had a smile on honestly the whole fucking time. Just like enjoying hearing with your feedback, just sharing this stuff, just talking. This has been fun. I look forward to doing this again in 2 weeks. Um,
yeah,
so
yeah. I had a
in the
blast.
meantime, we got a lot of album releases, bro. There's a lot lined up that I know of anyway. So
All
as
right,
those come
let me know
out,
what you listen to. Send
yeah,
me
absolutely. That's what we're gonna be covering on the next one. Is we'll be listening to all sorts of shit, and then be able to share with you guys in 2 weeks. So thank you guys for all coming by. Go follow all the socials. Scroll down, read the bios, check out our personal Twitters. There's panels down below in the Twitch chat. If you scroll down, that shows Captain Weirdbeard1, shows the Desert Moose. Those both link directly to our personal Twitters. There's also the socials button down there that goes to a link tree, which has our YouTube. I will be uploading this VOD, by the way, on the YouTube. Hopefully within the next like day or two. I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow, but sometimes things get in the way. But by the
Yep,
end of
yep,
the
yep.
week, 100%. Um, yeah, follow all the socials, shout us out. Please show us some love. We could use it all we can
Yeah.
get. I hope you guys enjoyed. Cam Weirdbeard, thanks for joining me, my friend. It's been
Yes,
fun.
sir.
We will catch
Thank you,
everybody
everyone.
on the next trip. Peace out.